Hello everyone. Here's a new video of the new stage in my Rehab to Walk Again project, which is about the FES system. Now, usually I just talk to the camera and I explain a bit what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how I feel about it, and why I'm looking for the money to do it, and so on. But today I decided to approach things a bit different because I wanted to get a bit more, get my words across a bit more in a more structured way. So I wrote down a kind of letter that would like to read you. If I don't look into the camera, it's because I'm reading this. I'll try to put all of my emotion in it as much as possible. But yeah, here I go. So it's been over a year and a half since I decided to. Is this thing recording? Yeah. So it's been over a year and a half ago since I decided to learn to walk again. Since I decided to learn to walk again. In those 18 months, a lot has happened. In October 2018, I traveled to Barcelona and I spent 2 months very focused on the process. The results were truly beyond my belief. I hadn't managed to walk up till then, since I was since I ended up in a wheelchair, which was 7 years prior to that. The results were beyond my belief. I managed to walk again with the help of a pair of crutches and a set of orthopedic foot shells. I returned home and I kept working and walking on a daily basis in order to maintain the progress that I had made. Secondary, I also started to incorporate the aspect of the mind into the equation. I started working with a man called Aaron Timms, who has since been a very great and true inspiration to me in this process, because he also had learned to walk again after an accident. He since then became a close friend, a mentor in many aspects, and a powerful inspiration. This work involves a range of techniques such as meditation, visualization, and such. When I talk about visualizations, for people who maybe don't know what I mean is that I close my eyes and I am imagining to be walking, or I imagine my foot to move, or so on. So this is like you're visualizing a certain movement that you actually can do, but you're visualizing that you can do it. My mind became a new tool in the fight for my legs. In September 2019, I traveled to Cambridge and spent 2 months in one of Europe's most renowned physiotherapy centers for spinal cord injury, Prime Physio. There, the next step was to build muscle strength and increase my overall capacity to walk. I started to walk around the block of the place I stayed at every day. If you've never had the experience of losing the ability to walk, and then to regain that ability to walk again afterwards, it's kind of like you're a fish. Like imagine you're a fish, and in some parallel universe you're a fish, and you have somehow trained your lungs, your tiny fish lungs, to cope in outside of the water and to be able to breathe. So imagine you're that fish, and one day you make that step of going outside of the water onto dry land, and your lungs fill with air, and you feel that you can do it, but it's very, very strange, and it feels very dangerous somehow because you've never done it, or at least in my case it's been very long, and it feels very strange, very dangerous, very unfamiliar, but also very, very exciting. So yeah, that was kind of not exactly how it felt, but that was kind of how it felt. Like I was afraid to fall. I was afraid that other people would run into me. I wasn't sure if my legs would have the strength to cope, and if I would not just fall onto the pavement. But at the same time, it felt very, very exciting. It felt like so empowering to be on my own 2 feet and to be out and about walking, and it was like one of the most beautiful moments in the past years that I've had, in many years that I've had, to be able to do that and to have the strength to do that. I was not rolling around in a vessel, in a wheelchair that was a symbol and a constant reminder of the lack of control over that destiny. I was taking my destiny into my own hands. So I got a bit off track there, but I kind of just wanted to share this feeling with you because it was a very important moment. It was like a hallmark moment for me to manage to move around in this world on my own 2 feet. So let's rewind a bit there. I was in Cambridge when enrolling for 2 months at the intensive rehab center, Prime Physio. And at that place, I started using a system called FES. Now, at this point in the video, we have arrived at the essence of why I'm making this video, because I need your help. So FES stands for Functional Electronic Stimulation, and it's a system that gets hooked to my muscles like this. Extensive research shows that what happens is that very precise electric impulses get sent to the muscles, which makes the muscles grow when the system is used over prolonged periods of time. This is obviously not all the machine does. There are several other aspects that are very beneficial to people's muscle recovery. I'm just naming the main one. I'm obviously also not an expert, but what I did at Prime Physio was being taught by the experts how to do it, and I'm kind of transferring that little bit of knowledge that I have to you guys through this way. So it's a great so FES, it's a great machine in the sense that it can help my muscles to grow again. It can prevent pain and many other aspects that I'm not going to go into here because they're kind of scientific and very maybe hard to understand for a person who's not familiar with the field of spinal cord injury recovery, rehabilitation. It's a great machine, but it's also a very expensive machine, and that is why I want to ask your help today to realize my plan to purchase a FES machine so that I can consistently train every day. Hard work consistently. Hard work and hard work. So yeah, I don't have such a machine in the vicinity of where I live. They're very specific machines that are only used by spinal cord injury centers, and there isn't one near to me. What does that mean? It means I can't use it, and it means that I can't get that consistent muscle growth that is so beneficial and so essential to making walking again happen. The system, which consists of a bike that you train on, and the FES model, costs €12,000. I already secured €10,000 of this amount by 2 sponsors through the King Boudewijn Foundation. It's a Belgian foundation. And the 2 sponsors are Funds Emily Leus and the Funds Villiers. 2 great organizations that help young people who were in a traffic accident. I now only need to get together the remaining €2,000, and that is where I want to ask for your help. You can help by making a contribution or by sharing, obviously, as well. By sharing it to your friends or your family. I know these are strange times with the whole corona pandemic, and I know for a lot of people this means they have to get by on way less. I do not expect these people to support me in a financial way. You can absolutely help out as well by sharing this campaign to your friends. Talk about it to your family or colleagues, realizing that is as essential as a financial contribution that is getting the word out there. So this crowdfunding campaign will put me much closer to walking again, and with your help, this campaign can be over in no time. So, okay, that was the letter part. I think this kind of mentioned everything I wanted to tell you guys. So yeah, Please share my campaign, make a small contribution if you can. It doesn't have to be much. You know, I know these are hard times, but 2,000 euro is a lot of money. But if a lot of people chip in, it doesn't have to be a lot. If a lot of people chip in a small amount, this can be over in no time. So I want to thank you all for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.